Hindi mo ubasan sa monitor. Hindi na?
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Welcome po sa Sorsogon 2nd District Bureau. Today is April 30, 2026. Scheduled for today's private conference are two projects. 26 FL0003, Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse and Landslide, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse and Landslide, Tertiary Roads, Juban, Magallanes Road. Kilometer 06, 08 plus 080 to kilometer 0608 plus 110, kilometer 608 plus 192 to kilometer 608 plus 215, kilometer 608 plus 455 to kilometer 608 plus 487, kilometer 610 plus 971 to kilometer 610 plus 986, kilometer 611 plus 440 to kilometer 611 plus 500, Juban, Sorsogon, and 26 FL0007, 001, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Asset Preservation Program, Preventive Maintenance, Tertiary Roads, Ariman Junction, Bulusan, kilometer 613 plus 650 to kilometer 616 plus 322, kilometer 627 plus 000 to kilometer 627 plus 500, contract location Barcelona and Bulusan, Sorsogon. Present here today are the following: Joanna C. Calaros, back chair.
Present.
Leia E. Fontanares, back member. Present. Abby Rodriguez, planning representative. Cecil Dolising, back member. Christian E. Austria, IOP. And Glenn L. E. Shu, back secretary. Ma'am, we have a quorum.
Okay, since we have a quorum, this private conference is now called to order. The agenda for this private conference are as follows: basic contract data, requirements of bidding documents, eligibility criteria, documents to be submitted by the bidder, including technical and financial proposals, criteria and procedures for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award, question, comments from bidders and replies of BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity, summary of proceedings including bid bulletins to be issued, common reasons for bidders' disqualifications and other matters. To discuss the basic contract data is Engineer Adi Rodriguez.
Basic contract data, 26 FL0003, contract name, Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse and Landslide, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction of Roads with Slips, Slope Collapse and Landslide, Tertiary Roads, Juban, Magallanes Road, kilometer 608 plus 080 to kilometer 608 plus 110, kilometer 608 plus 192 to kilometer 608 plus 215, kilometer 608 plus 455 to kilometer 608 plus 487, kilometer 610 plus 9721 to kilometer 610 plus 986, and kilometer 611 plus 440 to kilometer 611 plus 500. Contract location, Juban, Sorsogon. The approved budget for the contract or ABC is 7,697,900 pesos. Source of fund, GAA 2026. Contract duration, 161 calendar days. Predetermined unworkable number of days, 41 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on May 18, 2026 until 10 a.m. and opening of bids May 18, 2026 immediately after closing receipt of bids. The major category of work, the code is RCS-PS. Scope of work, The scope of work for this project includes the construction of road slope protection, reblocking of PCCP with 280 mm thickness, and construction of line canal stone masonry. It also includes miscellaneous work such as installation of street lights and metal guardrail. Objective: to restore structural integrity and ensure road safety against slips and landslides. Here's the geotag photos. The environmental clearance or CNC to follow. The certification applying the latest CMPD and the dry rental rate equipment. The DED or Detailed Engineering Design Plan. The location, the straight line diagram, and the typical section. Here's the bid data sheet. These are all downloadable from DPWH website or PhilJobs website. The special conditions of contract, again, these are all downloadable from DPWH website or PhilJobs website. The bill of quantities. The minimum manpower requirement for project manager must have handled infrastructure projects. Project engineer must have handled similar project. Materials engineer DPWH accredited ME. General construction foreman must have handled similar projects. And safety and health officer must have undergone 40 hours basic construction safety and health training. Here's the minimum equipment requirement for backhoe with breaker, backhoe wheel mounted, boom truck, bulldozer, cargo or service truck, dump truck all models, motorized road grader are all 1 unit, the payloader, truck mounted crane, water truck or pump, and low bed trailer truck are all 1 unit. And next, contract data, 26FL0007, contract name 001, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Asset Preservation Program, Preventive Maintenance, Tertiary Roads, Ariman to Junction Bulusan Lake Road, kilometer 613 plus 650 to kilometer 616 plus 322, and kilometer 627 to kilometer 627 plus 500. Located at Barcelona and Bulusan, Sorsogon. The approved budget for the contract or ABC is 57,168,522 pesos and 97 centavos. Source of fund 2026 GAA. Contract duration 141 calendar days. The predetermined and workable number of days 39 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents 50,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on May 18, 2026 until 10 a.m. Opening of bids May 18, 2026 immediately after closing receipt of bids. Major category of work, the code is RMA. Scope of works. This project covers preventive maintenance works such as application of top coat, laying, spreading and compaction of hot mix asphalt overlay 50 mm thickness, repainting of pavement markings and reblocking works. It also includes installations of street lights in specified road segment. Objective: to improve road quality and extend lifespan of national roads. Here's the geotag photos. The screenshot of applying the CNC. The certification of validation. Applying the latest CMPD and the dry rental equipment. The detailed engineering design plan. The requirements of bidding documents, instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract or GCC, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specification, the DPWH Blue Book Volume 2 and 3, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. Here's the sample of bid data sheet. Again, these are all downloadable from DPWH website and PhilJobs website. And the special conditions of contract. Here's the bill of quantities. And the minimum manpower requirement for project manager must have handled infrastructure project. Project engineer must have handled similar project. Materials engineer DPWH accredited ME. General construction foreman must have handled similar projects. And safety and health officer must have undergone 40 hours basic construction safety and health training. The minimum equipment requirement for asphalt distributor, power broom toad dive, asphalt paver, pneumatic tire roller, tandem steel roller, water truck or pump, cargo or service truck, applicator machine, kneading machine, truck-mounted crane, straight boom lift, dump truck all models, backhoe and backhoe with breaker, and motorized road grader and payloader are all 1 unit. Key points. Lowest calculated responsive bid, or LCRB, will be used as the criteria for award. The amount of the advance payment is 15,000 of the total contract price to be made in lump sum. 15%. The amount of the advance payment is 15% of the total contract price to be made in lump sum. All progress payments shall first be charged against the advance payment until the latter has been fully exhausted at the option of the procuring entity. The contractor shall submit the program of work to the procuring entity within 10 days of delivery from the notice of award. For the submission and receipt of bids, we are following the 2-envelope system, wherein for the first envelope, it contains the eligibility documents and technical requirements. For the second envelope, it contains the financial proposal. Bid validity is 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. Sealing and marking of bids. The first envelope shall be marked original technical, and the second envelope shall be marked original financial, and the 2 envelopes must be enclosed in one big envelope with the marked original bid. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back or procuring entity, and the do not open before date or time of opening of bids. And for copy 1 envelope for the copy 1 containing the technical documents, and copy 1 for financial. So both envelopes shall be enclosed in a copy 1 envelope. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back or PE, and the do not open before date or time of opening of bids. And one envelope for the original bid containing the original technical and the original financial, and another envelope for the copy 1 bid containing the copy 1 technical and copy 1 financial shall be enclosed in a big envelope, and each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back or PE, and the do not open before date or time of opening of bids. For the unsealed and unmarked bid shall not be accepted. Not compressed and password protected shall not be accepted. Improperly sealed and marked shall be accepted, and the improperly compressed and password protected shall be accepted. Modification of bids shall be done before the deadline of submission of bids. Bidder shall not be allowed to retrieve its original bid. Submit new bid equally sealed, properly identified, linked to its original bid and marked as a modification. For the withdrawal of bids, letter of withdrawal must be received prior to the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. For bids withdrawn within the interval between the deadline and expiration of bid validity, the bid security shall be forfeited. For electronic bid submission, bidders shall send another bid equally secured, properly identified, and labeled as a modification of the one previously submitted. The time indicated in the latest bid receipt page generated shall be the official time of submission. There are 2 modes of submission. First, through manual submission. First, through the Back Secretariat Office, DPWH Sorsogon, 2nd DEO, Barangay Payawin, Gubat, Sorsogon, or through electronic submission, which shall be submitted at the electronic bids_sorsogon2 at dpwh.gov.ph. For the eligibility criteria, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding of infrastructure projects: duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorships, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which At least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, or persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture under Section 52.4.2.1 of the RA 12009. Foreign bidders may be eligible to participate in the procurement of infrastructure projects when provided for under any treaty or international or executive agreement as provided in Section 4 of the Act and the RIR of RA 12009, must have a valid PCAB license, must have an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid of at least 50% of the ABC. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of financial acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES or a similar performance in monitoring system. Contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience, provided the cost of contract to be bid is not more than the ARCC of their registration, must have an NFCC at least equal to ABC to be bid. Eligibility and technical documents to be submitted by bidders. Stated in invitation to bid, contractors or applicants who wish to participate in this bidding must be in the document request list or DRL of the PhilJEP's website and secure a printout copy showing that they are included in the list and are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application and the DPWH Procurement Service, 5th floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. The contractor's eligibility to bid on the project will be determined using the DPWH contract profile eligibility process and subject to further post-qualification. Under Section 2 of the Instruction to Bidders, if interested in the DPWH CWA, the requirements are as follows: PCAB license and registration in case of joint venture, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, statement of bidders SLCC, computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, and valid joint venture agreement if applicable. If not registered in the DPWH CWA, PhilJEP's certificate of registration, platinum membership, PCAB license and registration in case of joint venture, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, statement of bidders SLCC, computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, and valid joint venture agreement if applicable. Mandatory requirements: documents comprising the bid for the technical components, bid securing validity, 120 calendar days, cash or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, 2% of ABC, surety bond, callable on demand, 5% of ABC, bid securing declaration under RA 12009 form, which is the new form, project requirements, organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' personnel, list of contractors' major equipment units, owned, leased, or under purchase agreement. Latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for corporations. ISO 9001-2015 certification or its latest version as applicable under Department Order Number 110 Series of 2024 and the Omnibus Sworn Statement duly notarized under RA 12009. Legal eligibility requirements for Class A, tax clearance. Submission of BIR receipt for renewal of tax clearance will not suffice in lieu of a valid tax clearance requirement. Submission of provisionary tax clearance issued by the BIR for bidding purposes is not acceptable form of tax clearance. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Statement of the bidder of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. The statement shall include all information required in the bidding documents. So please be reminded of the new form under RA 12009, the bid securing declaration.
the omnibus sworn statement, and for the evaluation of the second envelope or the financial proposals, the bid form, summary of bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of materials, labor, and equipment, cash flow by quarter or month and payment schedule, other documents required in the bidding documents. Financial proposal checklist. For the detailed evaluation of bids, the purpose is to determine the lowest calculated bid or LCB by establishing correct calculated prices of bids and ranking calculated total bid prices from lowest to highest. The method, a non-discretionary criterion shall be used which shall include consideration of completeness of bids and minor arithmetical corrections. Results shall be contained in the abstract of bids. In case of discrepancies, bid price in figures versus bid price in words, bid price in words shall prevail. For total price per item versus unit price for the item times quantity, unit price for the item times quantity shall prevail. Stated total price versus actual sum of prices of component items, actual sum of prices of component items shall prevail. Unit cost in the detailed estimate versus unit cost in the bill of quantities, unit cost in the bill of quantities shall prevail. So remember, for the no contact rule, prohibition on communication with bidders from bid evaluation until award of contract. For the post-qualification, purpose is to determine whether the LCB complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents to be declared the lowest calculated and responsive bid or LCRB. The method is a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion shall be used to verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents submitted by the LCB. Per DO9 series of 2012, key personnel verification, if a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that first, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded a contract, and second, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. For the equipment verification, also to be verified during the post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. Common reasons for bidders' disqualifications: late submission of bids without valid reasons, submission of patently insufficient bid, submission of an expired certificate of Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System registration, or a certificate of PhilJEP certification containing expired Class A legal and financial documents as determined during the eligibility screening. Failure to include certificate of employment, contract agreement among permanent personnel and staff of the firm, and curriculum vitae. Failure to submit required bid form, and submission of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents due to the non-inclusion and or omission of mandatory provisions and statements for the required bid forms. Submission of the bid form, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement, and joint venture agreement without the name, legal capacity, and signature of the bidder or its authorized representative. Nomination of key personnel of a profession different from what is required by the bidding documents. Failure to submit the required certification of key personnel as per Department Order No. 9, Series of 2012. Failure to comply with the required minimum number of key personnel and equipment. Failure to submit proof of ownership, lease, or purchase agreement of pledged equipment. Insufficient NFCC, insufficient SLCC. Thank you.
Okay, so may mga tanong pa po. So since we have no matters to discuss, this private conference is now adjourned.